Welcome to Board Game Archaeology, where we play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter.
I'm Rob.
And today we're playing Cold Feet.
Cold Feet, the squirt game from 1967 by Ideal, made for ages 6 and up, 2 to 4 players.
The goal of the game is to rather be the first person to get the big shot token by earning the most money, or by making the other players bankrupt.
Yep, and the game comes with this awesome plastic squirt gun, which I'd love to get a second copy, just so I can paint realistically. It's got wood grain and all kinds of coolness to it. The spinner is a big plastic piece here that looks like a drip. You have your ultimate big drip. I think it's called I'm the big drip. And then the big drips, the medium drips, the little drips, and the cold feet. And it comes with a little squirt water thing. So you can fill this up with water because it's a squirt gun.
And how you get started is, and the board game doesn't specify this one, but someone has to start spinning, and the first person to land on a 3, they say, goes first. Or you could just pick whoever you want. But when you do start, what happens is, for example, let's say that I'm red.
And these 4 tokens are for what color you are, just to remember what color you are. Even though I'm not sure our game is complete or not, but we have 4, but one's white and not green. So white is green on this one.
And your player color will dictate what happens when a spin is made. Because, for example, between the two of us, it lands on a 1 red. And since I'm the spinner, I have the option to shoot myself, because this is essentially, you spin the barrel just like Russian roulette.
Yep, you got to, before your turn, you spin the side thing, random amount of times, so you don't know where it is. And then it's just luck of the draw, 1 of 6, it's going to squirt water at you.
And when I'm firing at myself, you gain a drip every time that you successfully don't get hit, but you lose 3 when you do get hit, even if you've managed to avoid them up to that point. And you're just really trying to earn more. And, when you land on 3s, to use cold feet, which rather exempt you from getting shot at, or when you're about to go bankrupt, you can cash them in for 5 small drips.
Right, and I don't understand why you would use those to protect yourself when you can use it to trade in for 5. It's like you're giving up a 3-point thing for a 5 thing. At least that's how I see the cold feet thing.
Yeah, it really just comes down to whether the game is being motivated by people making lots of money off of it, or like drips off of it, or whether it's about starving people out. Because when you do starve people out, sometimes you have a lot to gain from getting shot at. So using a cold feet token isn't that applicable to the situation.
And you can only use them when you are in dire straits. You can't just trade them in for 5 here and there.
Yeah.
But then the next person would go. And if I would land on a blue 2 and neither of us are blue, then it just goes to you.
And then we would keep going back and forth and going until rather one of us runs out completely of resources, or one of us has 5 small drips, which make a medium drip token. And then with 2 medium drip tokens, you'll make a large token. And with 2 large tokens, you've got the big shot token.
Yep. So the idea is just to win a lot of drips and then trade them in until you got the I'm the big drip kind of thing.
So what did you really like about the game?
I've always loved this game. We had one when we were young, or one of my friends did, and I love the plastic layout. I like the whole plastic design of it. It still works perfectly even after all these many years. It came out when I was 5 years old. I love the gun. Like I said, it's got wood grain and metal grain wood grain and metal work. It would be a lot of fun to just paint this in a realistic manner. I think it's kind of weird that it is very much a Russian roulette kind of game where you're shooting yourself a lot or shooting a person. So if you're in an anti-gun family, it might not be a cool thing, but it's a toy, and a fun toy at that. So, and I love the little guys. They're very kind of 1960s for sure. I remember posters on either my sister's wall or something with the same kind of characters all over it.
Yeah, and I don't mean to gush about the gun or anything, but I really do think that compared to a lot of the things that we've come across, this game really showed a lot of creativity in its main mechanic. It really does look great.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of being squirted.
Yeah.
So there's that. But otherwise than that, it's functional. It does what it does. You don't need a dice or anything. You got the spinner. It's a spinner game. And it would be a fun party game. You could put alcohol in it or something like that.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things. There's all sorts of things and it could be done, because with that syringe, anything is possible when it comes to putting things in the gun.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, check us out at toyarchaeology.com. You can also find us on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.